Praise be to Jesus. Hi again, everyone. Charles here with you. Well, this is really very important here. This is a transcript of a video report that Church Militant just posted, and it really puts things in perspective. 1 month after his election, Pope Francis began laying the groundwork to refashion the Universal Church, to remake the face of Roman Catholicism around the world. Days after becoming Pope, Francis met with Peruvian Archbishop Pedro Barreto Jimeno and Brazilian Cardinal designate Claudio Yumas to discuss setting up a church network focused on the Amazon. Amazing. That meeting put into motion the plan which eventually produced the Amazon Synod, a plan which has unfolded over the past 6 years. In a stunning turn of events, Archbishop Barreto later remarked that Francis would back liberation theology's agenda for the Amazon, telling supporters, "Expect things that you never expected. Expect profound changes." In July 2013 visit to Brazil, Francis told the country's bishops to work towards training indigenous clergy and providing priests suited to local conditions. This is like 6 years ago he did this. 6 months later in Peru, the Pope officially called for a church with an Amazonian face. In April 2014, Francis floated the idea of married Amazonian priests to Brazilian Bishop Erwin Krautler and invited Krautler to help him write his upcoming environmental encyclical Laudato Si. 3 years later, in October 2017, following the publication of the encyclical, Francis convoked the Amazon Synod. At a pre-synod meeting in January 2018, Francis declared the Church should allow indigenous peoples to recover their native cultures, languages, traditions, rights, and spirituality. In July, Vatican whistleblower Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano called the Synod the triumph of a 60-year-old plan to bring into the heart of the Church a new way of thinking, a thinking rooted in elements of liberation theology, containing strands of Marxism, and little interested in traditional Catholic liturgy or morality or theology. This plan, Vigano warned, has achieved one of its supreme goals, a Jesuit on the throne of St. Peter. Well, that really, that's pretty amazing, when you put it all together and you see the big picture like that. So for people who talk about, he has dementia, or people are, it's the fault of the people around him, and he's really a very weak pope, and he just does what they tell him to do. All this kind of thinking is, it's really very obvious that right from the beginning, he has planned his whole agenda to redo Catholicism, and not only to redo it, but to get rid of it. To really stamp it out and reform a church based on secular humanitarianism, which is what the one world church is all about. A lot of us realize this, and as he continues doing this, people are slowly going to wake up and go, "Whoa, what's going on here? This is really going too far." And then eventually many of them will return to traditional Catholicism. But for, for the next several years, we're sort of on our own here. So we're the trailblazers, or the remnant faithful, as many people call us. So stick with it, and just keep on praying and have hope. Have hope. Christ knows exactly what He's doing. Why He's allowing all this. Which many of us think that we know, but putting that aside, He knows what He's doing, and just have faith and trust in Christ. Okay, we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.